I'm Carolyn Sayer from Time Magazine, and joining me now is best-selling author Anne Rice. Anne is in California today, and we are in New York. We're trying a little bit of a different format. Thanks for taking this experiment with us via webcam. Thanks for taking the time to talk with us today.
Oh, it's a pleasure.
We have questions here from the readers of Time and Time.com. We got lots of questions for you, many about your new book and your turn to religious writing. One of our readers asks, how did you go from writing about vampires to writing about the life of Jesus?
Well, actually, it was a personal conversion. After 38 years of being an atheist and writing about being an atheist in the Vampire Chronicles, writing about a sort of search for God and a kind of grief for a lost faith, faith actually came back to me. And I went back to my church and I went back to believing in Jesus Christ. And so the shift was inevitable. I mean, I had to make the shift. I had to stop writing about the vampires because they'd sort of been the metaphor for lost souls for me.
Do you actually believe in what you write about? Do you believe in vampires? Do you believe in demons and witches and all those things?
No, not at all. I mean, vampires for me were metaphoric characters. They were the perfect metaphor for the lost soul. They were metaphors for us. These were wonderful ways of writing about all our dilemmas in life. It was my way of doing it. You know, a detective novelist chooses a detective. A person who writes about war chooses war. For me, supernatural characters were the way to talk about life. They were a way to talk about reality, actually.
Something that's on everyone's minds right now is obviously politics. A couple of people asked questions about your endorsement of Senator Hillary Clinton and why you used kind of YouTube and your video as a platform for that endorsement.
She's uniquely qualified. She apparently had greater experience in the White House even than a vice president generally has, and a great deal of preparation to be president of the United States, and I think that she would be an absolutely outstanding president. I spoke out because I wanted to support her, and I felt that I really had to say something on her behalf. I think that she's being treated very unfairly by many people, perhaps inevitably because she's a woman.
This question comes from Israel. You write very openly about gay sexuality in a lot of your novels. Why is that?
I actually don't know. My characters have always been transcending gender. They have always been able to love men or women or children or old people, and I guess I see that as an ideal. I think the main issue with me is love, not gender. I have never understood the great prejudice against gay people in our society. And of course, my son is gay, and he's a gay activist and a gay writer and a gay novelist, Christopher Rice, and I greatly, greatly admire him and think of him as one of the most conscientious people I know. But I was writing about gay characters long before he was born, and I don't know why I see the world that way. But I know that it's very much a point with me that we should not be bound by prejudices where gender is concerned, on any level.
I'm sure you're used to getting this question very often, but several of our readers wanted to know, will there be any more Vampire Chronicles?
I have one more book that I would really like to write, and the book will have a definite Christian framework, and it will concern the Vampire Lestat, and it will be a story that I think I need to tell, but it will have to be in a Christian and a redemptive framework. It'll have to be where Lestat is really wrestling with the existence of God in a very personal way.
Well, our readers are going to be very excited to hear that, I'm sure. Big fans of the Vampire Chronicles. And thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us. It was such a pleasure to talk to you.
Well, thank you. I enjoyed it very much.